Alright everyone, welcome back to Wizzaxi Let's Play. This is episode 2. If you haven't checked out episode 1, I would suggest it. Kind of gives a little bit of background on why I started this series and just my background in the game. But where we left off is we kind of went through the basic stuff. We did mission 1-1. I just got mission 1-2. I believe. Yeah, mission 1-2. And it's kind of basically it. We bought some gear from the Eminence place, and that's kind of where we left off. So, what we're going to do this time is I've done a little bit of research. I think the next course of action for us needs to be leveling a little bit to try to get to level 20 or close to it. And we are also going to start farming the items needed to complete the Rhapsodies, because if you guys remember from my last video, some of my main goals is to do everything that I can initially and rushing to get movement and XP. So any movement bonuses, XP bonuses, that is what I'm going to focus on initially. So that's what we're gonna do. So if you guys know, you need, I think it's 3 of these clumps of bee pollen. So that's what we're gonna be farming. And I'm basically gonna sit here and do that until we get them. Okay, so I'm wondering, why is this... Which, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing for the like drops and stuff to be over there on that screen, and then the actual battle stuff being on one. Oh crap. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... I should be able to kill this guy. Yep. Alright, so we're just gonna basically be looking for the huge wasp. They kind of patrol. I did some research, and apparently you can do... There's wasp at Lethene and Kronstadt, but apparently Kronstadt has like a lot more. Luckily this game, with how old it is, like a lot of the stuff has kind of like been figured out, but what I've found though is there's a decent amount of stuff that like you just can't find information on. I haven't like really ran into a lot of that yet, just because I'm, you know, obviously pretty new. Okay, so see, that's one of the changes that I realize is that, and maybe it's because I'm using a different one, but back in the day, you would have to buy the maps, right? You could get this add-on that would give you the maps, and you didn't have to buy them. So it seems like the map pack that I have, you can see the things on the mini-map, but it seems as though you need the actual maps if I want to pull up the map for it to show up the HD and updated ones. So So yeah, we'll probably be here for a bit. You know, it's kind of like I mentioned in the first episode. One of the things about Final Fantasy XI is it's not, hey, go out there and kill X amount of enemies. Hey, go out and deliver this item um, to this guy. It's, hey, you need this item. You have to go out and farm it or buy it or whatever, and that's how you complete the quest. So with this particular quest that is in the Rhapsodies, a Vana'diel quest line, you have to get 3 of these bee pollen things, and it's, I believe, the rarest drop in the drop table from the bees. So you could buy them. I haven't even looked to see what the cost is, but if I remember from last time I played, people tend to try to take advantage a little bit of newer players on the auction house because they know how, especially if you're like a new player that has never played the game before, maybe your only experience is like Final Fantasy 14 or something like that. They know that those types of players like want things like right now. And so what they do is they get like these items like the Gosbit grass, the pollen, Goppy bag items, and they freaking put those things like, they make them a ridiculous price on the auction house, hoping that people are going to be impatient and just buy it and just buy it. And I also feel like, and this is kind of like a completely different subject, but there's so many people that there's so many people that used to buy Gil, and they're probably banking on those players being the ones that go and just buy all the items on the auction house. But that's a topic for another day. So anyways, we're probably going to be here for a little bit. But the good thing is, if I can get to 20 while I'm farming these, that will mean that I can go ahead and unlock the mounts. Which, again, part of my goal, all of the XP increase items and things and key items and all of that, and movement. So luckily this Rhapsodies of Vana'diel like quest line, man, those key items are so huge. Like they significantly decrease like the amount of money it costs to warp between home points. They significantly increase XP gains, skill up gains. Like there's just so many good things from that quest, or that quest line. Still have not gotten one bee pollen. And you know what's crazy too is like a lot of the times the way it works is you won't get any. It'll take you like forever, and then you'll get your final one, right? And all of a sudden you attack, or you'll like go fight like 3 more or something, and those 3 will drop the item. That's just how it works sometimes with this game. But I will say it's so refreshing to play like a game like this. You know, and maybe it's just the boomer coming out of me, and just the nostalgia factor with the game. But like, I just appreciate that you have things like this where, you know, you have to go out and farm something, you know? Like, so many games now, it's like people always like are trying to figure out like how to make money and like all this type of stuff, because there's not a game like Final Fantasy where I can go out and farm something to make money. Like, I can't, there's not a game where I can go out and like farm this like base crafting material that will make me lots of money, because there's this craft that people have to do, and things like that. And I know that the it's not like a significant part of the game anymore, but like the NM hunting aspect where you can get super rare items. I mean, it was a little extreme back in the day, like when you had like 24-hour pop windows and like all this type of stuff, but that concept would probably never work anymore in this day and age. But I just love the farming. I don't know what it is, but there's just something kind of like relaxing about being like, oh, I've got to go kill this mob and get X amount of items, or hey, I want to do this thing and I've got to go farm these items to get it. It's just a cool, my cup of tea, I guess. I think also from my experience, it does make it a little bit more fun farming items in retail, just because of the XP bonus and the skill up bonus. Like, you're just leveling your skills, and you're leveling your skills and levels and all of that at the same time, and it makes it even more rewarding. But hopefully these start dropping soon, though. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. Yep, so we don't have any yet. We need 3 of them. It's okay, though. I mean, shoot, this whole episode might be me farming the Rhapsody's quest items. Let's go kill one of these Quadovs. I don't remember there being this many Quadovs right here. Quadovs are actually kind of like, I bet, like, I feel like the retail version, it's like upped kind of like the gil that you get from them. I mean, if you went to like a Gelsba, or I don't know what is the place that the Quadovs live. What is that place? Bordeaux. You could actually probably make a decent amount of gil just from killing them. Man, still no. Oh, did I think I already did the 10 to 20. Is that in, what is that under? Combat. Ooh, I need to set that. I can. Yeah, I already did this, so I need to do this one. Go to current objectives and take out Ronfar. yeah, it's super important. I mean, I guess it's not like super important, but to use these records of imminence objectives. Like when you go to a new area and you're going to be there for a little bit. Like I probably could have filled that thing like twice already with just the amount of things that I've gotten. Okay, that guy is probably, oh, he's 23. I'm 16. Probably can't kill him yet, but he's a good guy to fight, I think. He drops decent items, I think. Still no. Still no pollen. The wasp are being stingy today. Dang, man. This episode really might be a full hour of me just killing wasp. So I have decided if there's a decent amount of views in my first 10 videos, and when I say views, I'm saying like maybe around 100. I think that's like pretty decently realistic to set as a goal as someone that has never made a YouTube video before. But if I can get around that, what I probably am going to do is try to do one video per day of my Let's Play. Hour-long video, so release one video every day. I think that I can play it enough that even if I have to go out of town or whatever, I'll have enough backlogged to where I can schedule them out and they'll still be released every day. It's my goal, at least. I think it would be kind of cool to, like, starting yesterday or starting today, if I was able to release one every day for like a year straight. I mean, that's basically 362 hours of gameplay videos. Lofty goal, especially with how busy I am, but it's going to be the goal nonetheless, because I still have a few weeks where I'm going to have a substantial amount of time. So I feel like if I play a decent amount over the next few weeks, it'll give me a really good head start on videos. And I probably, even though I released the first episode kind of in the middle of the day, I probably will release them at night, because the reason why I'm going to release them at night is that it gives me the night to make a new video. So if I just so happen to, you know, not be able to make one, then it's I then I can do one of the backlogged ones. It's kind of my goal. And like I know, like every Wednesday is a night that I won't be able to record for sure, and so that'll give me some videos to fall back on Wednesday nights and schedule those. Man, these maybe I need to wait a day or two for these freaking bees to pollinate something, and so they can actually have some to give me, because they are not wanting to drop these. Oh, I did get one. Okay, so I have one, so I just need 2 more. I believe, let's see, no, how do you, I forgot, how do you like look at the, isn't there a way for you to look at job traits? Thought there was. There's job abilities. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a place that you could look at the job traits. Because I'm wondering when I get TH1. I mean, I would assume that it's got to be decently close, right? Like level 20, maybe? I did get 1 bee pollen, so that is good. And I'm level, what? 17. So it'd be kind of nice if it worked out that I get about level 20 by the time I get my 3 bee pollens. I wouldn't complain about that. There's 2. Yeah, there was like a bunch over here earlier. I think it's probably going to work out about that way. Where I'm close. I might even have to stay a little bit and level. Because there is no point in... There's no point in going to the Raps and do the Rhapsodies quest without... Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm surprised the skeleton's not hitting me. But yeah, I'm basically just kind of reserved to the fact that I'm going to stay here till 16 or 20. Oh, I guess he didn't see me at first. Alright, level 18. So 2 more levels. And 1 more bee pollen. Yep, 1 more bee pollen. I should probably check to make sure it's 3. Because I think it's 3 bee pollen and then 4 of the gauze big grass. It's the crazy part though about like this game is like it would probably not even be worth it to do this back in the day. I mean, back in the day, you had to go to Valkyr and party up and stuff like that, but like it wouldn't be worth it to farm these items. But you're kind of killing two birds with one stone here, or two bees with one stone, I guess. By not only getting the materials needed for the Rhapsody's quest, but also being able to get to level 20. Dang, there is a ton of bees right here. It's like 5. Alright, there's the last bee pollen. So, it didn't quite line up perfectly, but now what that means is instead of me... like, I'm definitely going to still kill the bees, because if I get more, I can look to see if I can sell them on the AH and see how much they go for. But this also means I can tack pretty much every other mob here, and I'll get to 20 pretty fast. So, for those of you that have never played Final Fantasy XI, what happened there is there's this weird thing with the game where if there's like if they're on like a slope, it's just really wonky in terms of like the range and how it calculates. Sometimes you're not able to attack them because it keeps saying they're out of range, but... Alright, so now we're going to kill these 2 mist lizards. We're level 18. This should give us a little bit more XP, I think. No, but still about the same. So yeah, that didn't take incredibly long. I mean, again, you're going to be here till level 20 anyway, so you might as well... You might as well have it take until then to get the items. Too bad there's not just a little bit more mob density. Oh, I didn't realize I could probably... Yep, level 18. Dagger. See, my theory didn't check out there. Like, I thought that since we had already gotten these, the pollens, that I was going to see, like, 3 or 4 of them drop, like, just like that. But it hasn't been the case. They, still being stingy with them. But it's alright. Okay, so I just hit 19. So, 1 more level to get to level 20. And then we will move on. We'll warp back to the home point, and then we'll use a Unity warp to get to Selbina. And the cool thing about that is not only will we do will we go to Selbina and unlock the Subjob and actually get a Subjob, because we'll be over level 18, but we will also go to Norg to get that home point and all that, and get the Rhapsodies stuff done. Because that first key item, the Rhapsodies in white, super huge for like progression and like maintaining like your finances and stuff like that in the game. Okay, this is the one thing that sucks about this game, is that the way that the mobs like run when they're not like aggressive mobs. I mean, you could literally chase like a goblin for a good probably 20 seconds before you're able to catch up with them and actually hit them. It's like one of the few complaints that I have about the game. It's annoying chasing after them. Yeah, so I think after we do this, we go unlock our Subjob. Unlock the Rhapsodies. I think we'll start, or we'll go through the second mission as well, which it might be more worth it to go through the second mission first. Since it's kind of like a little bit out of the way. Bunch of strolling saplings running around, or strolling around. Let's kill this Mr. Poltergeist guy. I like your movie, sir, but you're gonna die. This will get me close, I think, to level 20. Guy's being a little bit of a pain, huh? A lot of skill ups, though. go, level 20. Alright, let's kill one more of these wasps just for kicks. Maybe we'll get the drop. And we did not. Alright, so let's use the warp. Forgot to set the home point again. Alright, I gotta do that. So I'm gonna teleport to the entrance, set the home point. Also need to talk to that like little tutorial guy, I think. Also, I think there's an item I can get. No, I don't want that. Hold on. There we go. Set this to the home point. Okay. I think there's an item I can get. Okay, so auction house. Alright, let's go ahead and get a warp scroll again. Yeah, so I think there's an item. Okay, so I only have 4606. But these gloves are good. Okay. Gloves, yep. Alright, so I need to do a little bit more farming to get the warp ring, which is a freaking amazing item, by the way, that they decided to implement in the game. Alright, so now let's go to Juno. Or not Juno, Selbina. Yeah, Valkyrie. So now, I believe I've got what I need to complete the Subjob quest. And then I have what I need to complete Rhapsodies of White, which means another 30% XP. Oh, look. Gilgamesh. So these are the ones that I will watch. Selbina's mayor is looking for adventures to fulfill a special task for him. I'm not familiar with the particulars. But Vana'diel is. He can direct you to the mayor's residence. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that is about. I'll have to look that up later, but we have bigger fish to fry right now. So we're gonna go in here and complete this. This is part of the Rhapsodies, I believe. And then you must be Wizzaxi. Indeed it is. Thank you for answering the summons. One of the mayor's confidants has been asking for you. I'm Abelard, mayor of this village. It's so tiny, you see, that all I do is mediate when there are disagreements. And Pyrrha, entrepreneur associate of mine known as Gilgamesh, has had your name on his lips the past several days. He rescued a young woman adrift at sea, and she spoke quite highly of you when she woke up. Finding you has removed one burden off my shoulders, but there remains yet another. You see, Gilgamesh made a second request. He's looking for clumps of bee pollen that can be procured from some of the large bees around the Crag of Hala or the Crag of Dem. Their medicinal properties are highly valued even during times of peace, and what with the recent strange happenings, you probably know what I'm going to ask. Wrest 3 clumps of bee pollen from those buzzing menaces located around either of the 2 aforementioned crags. Of course, your efforts will be duly rewarded. Best of luck. Why, thank you. And it just so happens I already got them. The research paying off. Oh ho. You've brought them back safely then. Gilgamesh and his entourage just arrived back in port. So you're Wizzaxi, eh? I've heard much about you. My friend Wizzaxi gathered those clumps of bee pollen just as you requested. Ah, this must be what we ordered. Now a little tit for tat. Excellent. I think adventurers would have a use for these. So here was Wizzaxi for you. Suppose we best get down to business. Wizzaxi might come as a bit of a surprise to hear this, but I'm a pirate known for roaming the Bastor Sea. The oceans to the west have been a bit stormier than usual of late, and me and crew and I came across a small vessel adrift upon the tides. So of course I say to myself, who'da thunk that such a delicate rowboat could stay whole in such a terrible brew? And then the whole thing started flashing red. Being the curious sailor I am, I went and investigated. Lo and behold, there was a pretty young lass lying prone along the deck. I've always had quite the fondness for the color red. Figuring it must be a sign from Altona herself, I took her on board and brought her back with me to Norg. When she came to, the first words from those pale lips of hers were your name. So I want you to come back to Norg with us. She was quite insistent on meeting you. You see, she's gone on a bit of a hunger strike. The ship's docked at port waiting to take you whenever you got your affairs in order. I just remembered a bit of a pressing engagement I got to attend to, but I'll catch up with you there. Alright, I didn't realize that his assistant is literally me. I have a request. Don't breathe a word to the populace that I aided a known pirate. Their activities aren't completely on the up and up, but as a port town, we still depend on them. And while we're talking of aid, remember to use that item I gave you. Asasio here in town will know what to do with it. Alright, Gilgamesh's introductory letter, which is what I need to unlock my subjob. Talk to Mr. Asasio over here. Not gonna read this again. Not anything super important for the story. I think I accidentally clicked enter too much. go. Attained a support job. Now we get on the boat. With the old Paco here. Settling for Norg, landlubber. Hopefully you can handle the rough seas. Hoist the sails, mateys. We're off. This also is a cool thing that they implemented, is the wait time. So before, when you rode the ships, I mean, it was like a long, ride. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, it is kind of cool, because that would be a time you could go up, go to the bathroom, all that type of stuff. So I can go ahead and put my Subjob on. I hate when it does that, by the way. Go ahead and get these home points real quick, and the survival guide. It's so nice with this map. I know you're listening and being oh, he knew those things are there, but the only reason why I know it is because on the mini map it shows it. So I figured out the first time what the survival guide looks like, and what the different teleports and stuff look like on there. So now every time I go into a new area, I look for it so that I can make sure to get the survival guides and the home point crystals. Alright, here we go. This is a long cutscene, by the way. Did you get bumped about by the waves on your way here, Wizza? No matter, the boss be waiting inside for you. Oh ho, would you look who's decided to join us? Master. I am both humbled and honored to be able to exchange words with you once more. I have followed your instruction to the letter. Months upon years I have toiled, seeking guidance from both man and the heavens, never once letting my training or dedication falter. All this I have done so that we may meet once more. Unworthy though your disciple Aurora may be, her words and emotions are true. Master? You got krill in your ears, boy? She's calling you her master. What kind of master runs through forgetting who their pupils are? You mean to say you don't remember her at all? What's all this malarkey? Do not get angry at him. It is only natural that he not remember me. I have wholly lost track of what year this is. 884, correct? This time is many, many years before I came to be, and my presence here is somewhat of an anomaly. Did you hit your head for I found you floating adrift or something? You mean to say that you haven't been born yet? Then how'd you get here? I come from an age far in the future when Vana'diel stands on a precipice, and the Master is the only one who can guide me. So you mean to say that Wizza is this master of yours? And from that outfit you're wearing, I'd wager you were born in the Far East. That is correct. I am the guardian of Ryzenjima Sanctorium, and have a strong link with the heavens as its chief priestess. Oh ho, I know the particulars of the Eastern faith are a bit foreign to the rest of us, but Altana remains a central figure even there. So that'd make you a religious authority then, and let me guess, the power of the spirits sent you back to our time. They set me adrift so that I may prevent the darkness which has engulfed my era. What's this then? You're going to have to be a bit more straightforward. Does this mean that the beastmen end up victorious in the end, or is it something far more nefarious? Master, do I have your leave to show them our reality? It's probably best. By your will. In the age from whence I hail, Vana'diel is gripped in the vice of fear. In my homeland, we refer to it as emptiness, a blanket of darkness that infects all it touches. The Master and his comrades strove tirelessly for a brighter future, and their tale is known by all in time. Many months and years past, I came to be in this world and trained diligently under the Master's gentle hand, Yet it was not long before the skies began to cloud, both figuratively and literally. It descended like a thick miasma, stifling the land under a blanket of silence. It looked into the master's eyes and could see the truth. My homeland was not the only victim. Kuan, Mindarsha, Adulin. The end times were upon us, and both man and goddess were powerless to stop it. But then, how did you survive? The master and my father sacrificed themselves. My mother is from an island known as Rizenjima, the land where the final struggle took place. Vanquishing the emptiness was but a fantasy. It was all I could do to erect a barrier to halt its advance. A Pyrrhic victory indeed, as the walls of Rizenjima's sanctorum could do not but echo back my own solitary cries. I was trapped for several years when a spirit descended from the heavens to alight on a nearby brazier. She told me that there was only one speck of hope that could save us. The Master. I was to find the Master and join my light with his. The spirits opened a path for me, guiding me back here, to this point in Vana'diel's history. Master, I would like to give you this, lest I forget to do so at a later juncture. From what you told me, there will be many trials posed to you before you finally set foot in the land you know today as the Far East. Keep this by your side, and the path will remain open to you always. Follow its guidance, and it will lead you unfailingly to my time. However, now just hang on a minute. If we just follow it without doing anything else, we'll just end up at your apocalyptic future where you're the only one left alive, right? That is correct. However, the Master surely has the capacity to experience both futures, one with the emptiness and one without. Please, find a way to... That face that I make. I cannot stay long. Later. What in blazes? Wizza, I can't make heads or tails of the whole thing. Think she's telling the truth? This warrants further study. I'll see if my agents can pick up on anything. Sigh. I've never been too good at dealing with complex twists and turns. Give me some time to collect me thoughts. Maybe there is something to that tale Aroa spun. There have been more and more oddities happening of late. All manner of Nair being seen before... Oh my gosh. Never before seen beasts. People getting lost in places that look familiar, but are somehow a bit off, and so much more that I could mention. At first I figured the beastmen were behind it all, but now I'm not so sure. We gotta take stock of the situation and dig up any common threads. Ideally, you'd be wanting to talk to my daughter, Lion. A bit of a tomboy, that one, but there are none in the Middlelands as could match her clue-gathering skills. There's just the small question of where she ran off to this time. We made Norg our headquarters about 30 years ago. She bolted out of here a couple days ago, asserting that the best way to ascertain the Beastmen Confederate's plans was to put out feelers amongst allies in the three nations. It stands to reason, then, that she's either in Bastok, Sandoria, or Windurst. Then you might run across her during the course of some Beastman-related missions. Head back to your home nation and follow up on that threat first. Boom, baby! Rhapsodies in white. Okay, so now... I think now it's time to do the... whatchamacallit mission. The 1-2 mission. Looky here, I finally set my home point. So proud of myself. Alright, so I'm gonna get a warp scroll again. And that is where I'm going to call it for the second episode. Again, appreciate you for watching. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if there's going to be anybody that watches these, but it would be a cool little timeline for me to go back and watch down the road. So if you are watching, I'd love for you to subscribe, like the video, comment to let me know that there are people actually watching this, and until next time, peace.